Welcome, sports bettors, to BetRepublic's Daily Line. We can take a look at the Monday night football game between Arizona and San Francisco. Sonny Palermo here. Greg Dempson joining me on the desk.
Greetings.
Almost missed your name for a minute there.
Oh, that's all right. I've been called worse than Greg Dempson.
I'm sure you have, probably before the end of the segment. Tonight's game, who do you like?
Well, you know, it's an interesting game, Sonny. I wanted to say one thing about Monday Night Football, and you've been watching it since the get-go as well as I have, and it goes back 40 years. If you like the favorite in Monday night, you're usually smart if you go buy the favorite early. The same thing with the over and the over-under. Normally, these things are bet up higher, and the same held serve again today. Arizona, they opened up as a 3-point favorite, then they went to 3.5, and some books have them at -4. And the over/under, I saw 43.5 somewhere when it opened, but I think it's up to 45 now.
45.5 is the
45
first
and a half.
45.5 showing.
There you go. So
Proving your theory.
Yeah, and it's the same thing week in and week out. Very rarely do you see it take a dip the other way. So that's one thing to keep in mind if you're just doing a little recreational gambling and you like the favorite and you know you're going to be watching it. And it's we're talking about next Monday's game. You know, take a look at what the line opened up and the over/under opened up for next Monday. And if you like the favorite and you like the over, then you might as well buy them early. Always check the weather if it's an outdoor venue.
Same thing with it's not the Monday night phenomenon. It's the same thing with the Sunday night game.
Thanksgiving
because
games.
It's a standalone game. People lose money all during the day, and then they look to get it back in the Sunday night game. Same thing with this week's game between Dallas and New Orleans, as I talked about on the BetRepublic Daily Line show. We talk about this theory in general. The public tends to bet the favorite, and the public likes to see scoring, so they bet the over. So anytime you've only got one game on the card by itself, that one game, you're going to, 9 times out of 10, you're going to see the favorite go up, and you're going to see the total go up. But how about tonight's game?
Well, first game, they were, I think, 49ers were around a 6.5-point favorite, and that pretty well held firm on that Sunday for the opening weekend. And what happened there, Sonny, is it was a tight game. The 49ers got beat straight up, and Singletary wanted to run the ball. That was the plan from the get-go of the season. But then when they switched quarterbacks and they went from Hill to Alex Smith, they became a lot more vertical. They've been throwing the ball very well. Vernon Davis has the most touchdown receptions for a tight end in the history of the San Francisco 49ers. Arizona's defense against the pass is 30th in the league out of 32, and a lot of that has to do with the prevent defense. A couple weeks ago, they pinned the Titans on the 1-yard line and watched Vince march down 99 yards. With a lot of that, most of it through the air. So sometimes those numbers can be skewed a little bit, but if I had to make an opinion on this, I kind of lean to the over in this game. I didn't bet it, I liked the favorite when they were laying 3. So if you like them when they're laying 3 and you didn't do anything about it, why do you want to lay 3.5 or 4?
Well, both teams a little bit different today than they were back then. Personnel-wise, the same on the Arizona team, but on that game, Warner, 288 yards, but only 1 touchdown and 2 interceptions. They hadn't started clicking. They hadn't come together. They hadn't gelled. Hit his low point at that Carolina game this year with the 4 or 5 interceptions. Yeah. But after that, he's been really well, doing really well. 12 touchdowns, no interceptions. Also, San Fran, a different team today than that. We have a different quarterback now, right? We've got Smith at quarterback, plus he's got Crabtree as an option. The style of the offense has changed from a pound it first with Gore to more of an open style offense. On the other hand, Smith, his stats look okay. 7 games as a starter, though. Only 2-5 straight up. Not getting a hell of a lot of points tonight's game.
Well, another thing, too, here is you look at which is really an anomaly for the Arizona Cardinals is last year you couldn't beat them at home, and they didn't win on the road until they went to Carolina in the playoffs. It's reverse osmosis. That's what I call it. Yep. The difference this year is Warner and that team on the road. As a matter of fact, they're perfect on the road when Warner's been behind center. The only game they lost was against the Titans, and that was when he was out with the concussion, and Matt started that game. So I look for an entertaining game, and they've got the total about right there. 45 is a dead number and over and under. 43 is a key number. And it's like last Monday's game. The total was 43, and it landed on 41. A lot of scores fall on 40, 41, 43. So you're chasing a little bit when you get up to 45.
Well, I've got no play in pocket on this one. I may send out a pub over at BetRepublic.com. There's a couple of things I looked at. The road dog in this series, we give you some just basic stats. Road dog in this series, 8-0 against the spread. The road team, 8-0 against the spread. San Francisco, 7-1-2 against the spread. The last 9 against these guys. It seems to me Arizona's too much the easy play. Everyone's talking Arizona. They can clinch the division tonight. Yeah, I get this. San Fran, 7-1-2 against the spread versus winning teams, though. Also, I've got a system playing the team total under. Team total under 24, and it's a winning system. The percentage isn't anything great. It's not over 60%, but it's in the upper 50s. And if you're looking for a play tonight, I like team totals. Don't really have a strong feel for the game one way or another, but I like that team total. I may play that under. I know, even though you like the game itself to go over.
Just an opinion, Sonny. Anytime you're betting anything higher than 41 in totals, you don't need mistakes. Time off the clock, go down, miss field goal, or turnover. It comes back to bite you in the butt more often than not.
Well, on the last YouTube, we gave you, for last Monday night's game, we gave you some great picks. We were all over Green Bay and the Green Bay team total. Hit them both to start the week, banking 2 units in the NFL. So I don't got a strong pick, but if I don't have one, I'm not going to force it. I'm not going to give you one. So that's it for today. Be sure to check us out at BetRepublic.com for the Daily Line Show. Each day, look at every game on the card, football, basketball, hockey from a sports bettor's point of view. And also, be sure to check out Thursday. We're going to have our bowl special. Give some game pins. I've got some really good bowl. I've got some really strong bowl plays. Very rare for me to do a 2-unit play, and I've got at least one that I'm going to be sharing with the guys.
And I know what it is, but they'll have to wait.
Yes, you do. I let it out the other day. Cat got out of that bag. See you over at BetRepublic.com.